Hi, this is Tiffany, and this is my Module 10 discussion assignment, which is kitchen crafting. And I really enjoyed this assignment because it was interactive and I actually learned by having to put this together, which was enjoyable. So the one that I chose was to talk about the role of the liver, the pancreas, and the gallbladder in digestion, which was really interesting. I quite enjoyed it. So let's start off. Let's go. So let's start off. So start off with the pancreas. This represents the pancreas. So the pancreas secretes enzymes into the duodenum. I'm sure I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm sorry. This represents the duodenum right here. And I have three different types of things illustrating the enzymes because it's actually three different kinds of enzymes that have different things that they break down. So the enzymes digest the proteins, the fats, and the carbohydrates in the duodenum. The pancreas also secretes insulin. So this represents the insulin right here. So it secretes the insulin directly into the bloodstream, and this represents the bloodstream. So once it's in the bloodstream, it helps to, it's one of the chief hormones. The insulin is the chief hormone in metabolizing sugar. So that's really important. You want to break that down. So the next one I want to talk about is the liver. And this boy is so important. The liver is important. It has multiple roles. They actually call it the factory because it does so much. So what the liver does, it has multiple functions. So the main function within the liver is to process the nutrients absorbed from the small intestines. So once the nutrients here get all broken down and absorbed in the absorbed in the small intestines, then the liver, sorry, excuse me, processes those nutrients. So what the liver does, it releases bile, and this is bile right here. These things represent bile. So it releases bile into the small intestines and plays an important role in digesting fats. So the bile from the liver goes in the small intestines and it helps to break down the fat. So in addition to that, it also it also is plays a big role in detoxification of like harmful chemicals. The liver does that as well. And one thing I meant to say about the raw materials that it absorbs from the intestines, it makes all the various chemicals the body needs to function. So once the nutrients come from the small intestines and go to the liver actually turns it into something that the body actually can use. So they process it. They make it into that final product to go out and do its job and help the body do what it does. All right, so various chemicals. That's what it breaks it down to. That your body needs to function. So next along that line, we're gonna go to the gallbladder. So this represents the gallbladder right here, right? Nice gallbladder. So the gallbladder, what does it do? It actually stores and secretes bile and then releases it into the duodenum right here, small intestines, and it to help absorb and digest fat. So that's important. So you have multiple things working on to. So for instance, the gallbladder, and I put this up here because to illustrate that it also stores it as well as secreting it. And so I thought it was important to mention that you have, mechanisms coming to help break down the fat. Then you have mechanisms coming in to help, they also help you like absorb it too. So it's all important. So that's how it works. Beautiful. It's a beautiful system and I enjoy learning about it. So for the second part of this assignment, so what I thought worked particularly well in my work was everything, because this was just my rendition and my vision, and I pulled it together, and I love it, and I feel like it worked well. I show the different routes of everything, and I have all of them shown, and I love this. Colorful. I feel like it worked out really well. The one thing that didn't really work out well is me pronouncing some of these words. But other than that, I love it. You know, it came just came from me, so it was awesome. Um, so what might not have come through as clearly is kind of how the nutrients get from the duodenum to the back to the liver. That might not have come through as clearly. Um, so that's something that I need to research myself and find out, how that process works. But it's just, I mean, it's so interesting how, this everything has a function. So thank you, and I appreciate it. Have a good day.